Hello there, this is Mr. Dunaway, and I'm going to make a quick video to show you just some basic things about Fireworks, which is basically our Photoshop editing. And I believe I might have already shown you this picture in class, but here's what I'm going to have you do. We're going to be working with this picture of this nice looking dog right here. And let's say that I wanted to make some edits to it. One thing I noticed, there's a circle right here I want to get rid of. So I'm going to get that circle to disappear. I think I'd like to make his shadow go away, and I think I'm going to add a spot on the dog right here. And I did one quickly on my own, and this is what I came up with. So here's the same picture. You'll notice the shadow is now gone. I've got the grass there. I added a spot right there, and the circle of the mouse is, for the most part, not noticeable. So Fireworks is a really fun program. You can do all kinds of things like put your face on the bodies of superheroes, or put yourself flying across mountains, or all kinds of things to do. So I'm going to just introduce one simple tool and just the basics of Fireworks here. So the first thing you need to do is go to Start menu. If you don't see it here, you do All Programs. You might have it on your desktop too. If you don't see it on the Start menu, check your desktop. Mine's really crowded. Yours might have this symbol that looks like that with the F and the W. And just click onto that, and it will start by getting this screen right here. Now, the first time you open it, it's a very slow program to open, and because it's pretty big. I've been working on it, so once it's open on your computer, it opens a little faster the next time you do that. Okay, let's begin by just looking at, this is basically your work area, and you might have a little difference in the menus. Don't worry about that. Let's just go grab the picture and start having some fun with it. If you go up to File, go to Open, and you want to go to your computer and the O drive. CST. Pause the video if you need to, if I go too fast for you. And I'm trying to remember where I put the picture now. I think I put it in Computer 6. And is it in Images? It's not that dog one. There it is. It is in Images right there. So let me show you again. I don't want you to open the wrong one because I have a different dog in there. So it's O drive, CST, Computer 6. Go into the Images file, and you'll see Dog Picture for Fireworks Lesson. That's the one you want to open. You just double click that. Again, it might take a minute to get in there, and then you should eventually get this picture right here. Okay? Now, what I'm about to do now is really important, or you could end up losing your work. First thing, go to File, Save As. Because it's on the O drive, we've hopefully learned we can't change anything. Go File, Save As, Computer. Go to your M drive. Now, I don't have an M drive for me, but you go there. And I will just go to one of my drives. I'll just go to my desktop. But you go to your M drive, and maybe just rename this your name. I'll say Dunaway Dog Edit. Just something like that, and then hit Save. Okay, it'll flash for a second. Now right here, okay, where my mouse is moving around, that should be the name of your new file. So now you can edit it. Also, you want to make sure that that says fw.png. If yours doesn't, you better come get me and have me fix that for you, because you won't be able to change it tomorrow if you don't fix that. Okay, first thing I'd like to show you is if you hold down the Control button with your left hand and hit the minus sign, your picture should get smaller. Hit the minus sign again, and it'll keep getting as small as you want. All right? While you're holding the Control. Now do the opposite. Well, hold the Control but hit the plus sign, and the picture will get larger. Now this is really handy if we want to zoom into a place to edit. We can really get in there and do some little fine editing on our picture, particularly in this first tool I'm about to show you. All right, over here you have all kinds of things. We're not going to worry about much right now except for really, this one is the pointer tool, so you'll need to know that one. This is also a pointer tool where you can actually, when you have layers, you can use it. So right now, either one of these pointer tools is fine. When you see a little arrow next to it, if you click and hold on that, you'll get multiple things you can select. Right now we're just doing pointer tool right there. Okay, there's a crop tool right there, but the one we're going to work with is this one right here. It's a little rubber stamp looking thing. If you click and hold the arrow, it'll say rubber stamp tool S. So click on that one and we're going to play around with that. Probably the easiest thing to do first would be to work with the shadow. And I'll kind of show you how to get some of that to change. So if I'm going to do this, again, it's smart to zoom in. So I'm going to get in there really close. Again, Control plus sign. Over here on the right, this is where you can move your picture around. So we're going to just start painting some of this shadow away. Okay, and it's really simple to do. When you use the rubber stamp tool, you have to do two things. You have to, first of all, select what you want to be painted. What color you want it to look like. I want the shadow to turn into the grass. So I'm going to go to a place where I see the grass that is not in shadow. So if you can see my mouse moving, I'm going to hold down the Alt button and I'm going to click. Now I'm going to move away from that and let go. Now when I let go of the Alt button, you'll see a crosshair that appeared. Okay, the crosshair, that is going to be what gets painted over the shadow. Okay, I'm not holding any buttons down, I'm just moving my mouse right now. Another thing I'll show you is down here where it says size, I can adjust the size of the eraser. You see how my circle got big? That's probably a little bigger than I want, so I'm going to take it down to maybe, I'll just start with 25. Now it'll change depending on the size of the area that you're editing. Okay, so again, you have a crosshair right there. Now I'm going to click right here and drag the circle. Now you'll notice the circle is painting what the crosshair is. Now I let go of the mouse and I move the mouse around, nothing happens, but you'll notice the crosshair and the circle are moving together, and that's the paint tool. So when you use this tool, it's really smart to go very slowly. If you do too much, you can get these really weird looking line things. So I'm just going to slowly paint away. Now eventually, some weird stuff might happen, like look what's happening now. You see how, something got messed up there where the crosshair was reading the old dark color that was there. So I don't want that, so I'm going to hit Control Z and undo that and maybe redo that a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of paint the shadow away. Now I'm going to have to change, so I'm going to click off. Actually, if I just click the Alt button, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to go up here to the Select tool and just click the Pointer tool. The Pointer tool will stop that process. So now I've got my regular cursor back. Now I want to go back to the rubber stamp and click it again. Okay, rubber stamp. Now this time I'm going to set my my cursor up here. So I'm going to press Alt, click. Now I move my mouse. Now you'll see again the crosshair is right there. So now I'm going to go down here. Now I click on my mouse and I hold and I paint that way. And I paint it away. Now let's zoom back and take a look at this. Control minus. So looking at that, it's okay, but you might not be happy with the discoloration of the green. So you can get as picky with that as you want. So I'm going to zoom back in. I'm going to zoom in even a little bit more. I'm going to scroll down over here. And I don't really like how the color changed, so I'm going to try to make these lines look a little more natural, because you can kind of see the shade of green changing here. So I'm going to go back to my rubber stamp. I'm going to Alt. Maybe I'm going to try to figure out, maybe I want like this area here to blend over there. So I'm going to maybe try Alt, click my crosshair, and I think I'm going to make my paintbrush a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go here and go down to maybe like 13. And try painting. I'm going to try to get that to look a little more natural, and it's still not very good. There's still a big difference in those colors, and you'll also notice I have this kind of repeating pattern happening here. That's the bell. And I'm going to just keep talking. So I'm not really happy with the result of this. I want to move my crosshair again, so I'm going to hold Alt, click, put it there. And I'm just trying to paint it in a way. Now I get a little bit picky with these things. So hopefully you could do a better job with your edits than I did. Pardon the interruptions with the announcements. Just pretend that didn't happen. Okay. So practice with that and see if you can make yours better than mine. I am not pleased at all with this. Like I was saying, I'm being interrupted a lot here. So I apologize for the interruptions, but I can wrap this up here now. I was saying that I hope you do a little better job painting than mine. I don't like mine at all, but I'm doing this fast to try to make the video. I have time limits on the videos that I can do. So work your shadows there, see what you can do to that. That's a really good place to start because it's a bigger area. And then let me jump over here and show you, you got the circle right here you want to get rid of. So again, I'm going to go Alt, and I'm going to want this. I'll work on the part that's on the dog first. If I want to select the area that's close to it, so I'll click there. Sorry, I have to hold Alt, select an area. That's not good because I ended up picking it right on that little circle. That's not a good place. But if I go over here, there, that'll kind of work around. And sometimes just like moving the mouse and just clicking it to get a little bit of a spot. And now right there, that didn't work very well because my crosshair got on the part where the dog leg meets the shadow, so it makes his leg look a little deformed. So again, I'm just going to hit Alt, choose a different spot, and try to fix that, make that look a little more natural. Again, I'm just moving slowly. Okay, I'm going to have to Alt. So you're going to have to hit Alt a lot over here. And I want to get rid of these weird things right there. So that's somewhat natural. It's not great, but that's not good there. And then if I want to go up here, kind of do the same thing. Again, just move your crosshair into a place, and you can click and hold and try to paint it. So you can kind of see it kind of made that, duplicated that spot there, which is not good. So Alt, maybe pick an area that's more natural, and just kind of paint it away. Slow is good for this. And I'm just clicking and dragging, and that's, it was okay for the first bit right there. So try to make that go away. And let me Control minus. And then if you have time and you want to try to create a spot on the dog, I'm almost out of time here, but I'll show you real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go Alt, and I'll put the crosshair in his brown area. Then I'm just going to click and paint a spot on the dog. It doesn't look as natural because the edges are actually a little sharper than the actual photo, but it looks like a bunny rabbit spot. And you can paint a spot on your dog there. Okay, then the last thing you should do is go up here and do just File Save, and then save that file there. So you want to save it so that tomorrow, if you wanted to do more work on it, you could. So it's very slow and tedious, but it's pretty cool when you see how simple that works. So have fun with that. See if you can get rid of the shadow, get rid of the mouse, and add him a spot. And we'll have some more fun with that next time.